Okay, we're going to go ahead and replace this power window motor in this 35th anniversary Camaro here. Let's get started.
Alright, I'll take it unless you want to keep it.
We're going to get this old motor out of here and recycle it. Okay, I have my assortment of screwdrivers. Takes a slightly larger one, does the best job on these larger screws here to hold the door part. We'll try not to lose any of them. Here's another problem we run into sometimes right here, is that this has been broken out. We'll get this out of here and then we'll deal with it. And then this also has been monkeyed with probably by stereo guys or somebody. This is common here. You have to carefully get in here and try to release the spring and get it out of there. If you crack or break it, it'll be loose when it goes in there. Okay. There's that. We'll unhook these. Okay, there's 3 of the large screws, which I use the larger screwdriver. There it goes. And, okay, we'll make sure we don't want to lose these. All 3 of them need to go back in to provide the rigidity here. You can see this one's going to come off here without even taking the screw out because it got broke out before. Okay, so we've unplugged these 2, and then we just unplug this. Switch comes out. And then we're going to work on getting the door panel off. Okay, now we simply just pull this out this way and off, and then we carefully maneuver this. It comes unclipped. Being nice and careful, we'll be able to take this off and swing it around and get it right off of there. And we slide it right off like that. And it comes off. Okay, we got this out. We simply tilted it and got it around the door handle. Here's that little bulb right back here. It's snapped in place. Get it out of there. Alright, so we don't want to forget this when we put it back together. There we go. Now, okay, let's get this out here. Could you push the window this way a little bit and take the pressure off the top right here? These kind of slip in. There's little hooks, as I recall, that this slips into here. Off it comes. Yeah, I know it sounds awful. All it is these little clips right here. They just clip right down in. So everything has to come up. Alright, we'll set this aside. Okay, now let's get into the nitty-gritty of Diana's Camaro here. I'm going to peel this sticky stuff off, and we're just going to try to lay it aside, and then we can just stick it right back on there. Should be able to. It's kind of a warm day. Sometimes it's better when it's cooler, but it's summertime out here in Portland, Oregon. Actually, we're across the river, but close enough. So, we're going to get this all out of the way so that we can get at this inside of this. And our next challenge is going to be to get the window in position. We'd like to get it maybe halfway down. For starters, we have to unbolt a few things, and then we have to figure out a way to hold the window up. Online, they've got people using door stops and 2x4s and table legs and different things, and whatever. We'll come up with something. Just use a little ingenuity. Okay, I'm old school, and I have misplaced my metric tools. So I'm going to see what I have here. I want to get this speaker out. Make it a little easier to do this job, I think. It's recommended, I believe. And so, let's see if I can get anything to fit there. That one's not going to do it. Yeah, well, that's not working either. I'm thinking I want to remove these 3 bolts here. But, alright, let's figure that one out. Get the speaker out of the door. Get it unhooked instead of the side. This custom speaker she had installed. Okay, I was able to use the box end 9/32 I found laying in my tools, and then to get 2 of them, and then this third one, which is encapsulated in here. Old school pliers will do the job. Whatever it takes. Didn't want to search around for metric tools, couldn't find any right off the bat. So far I've done this with a couple of screwdrivers, a couple other makeshift tools here, and then we can get the speaker out of the way. Alright, see, there's the custom here's the custom work's been done here. I can see the extra wiring that someone put in. Alrighty then, I'm going to pull this wiring harness loose. If I got in here, the screwdriver in the back, and work this out. These things can be a bitch sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and untape this thing and get it out of the way. It's stuck on there pretty good. Okay, now we've got these out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and look at this nice little shot from the internet here. And she got me a Sharpie. I'm going to mark the approximate areas. Don't worry about getting it exact, because it's no biggie. Don't worry about drilling holes in your door. If you got a problem with that, get over it. Alright, let's mark these out. Okay, I'm locating these holes by using a little flashlight, getting up there, feeling with my finger for the rivet to get the approximate location. Doesn't have to be exact, as we can work it out, but I'm taking my best shot right here. I think it's about like that. So there's our 3. Let's see how close we get. Okay, I'll grab my handy Black & Decker. I'm putting the 7/16 in here to start. We're going to see how close we get on these holes. Alright. Alright, this is where some compressed air would come in handy. For us, maybe, could we get maybe just a little towel, or I think there's a little rag. Okay, here we go. She's already got me taken care of here. We'll just fluff this off a little bit and clean it up and try not to breathe this stuff. This is fiberglass composite material. These doors are made of fiberglass, in case some of you may have wondered. I know it surprised me too. They're not made of steel like we're used to. Kind of like a Corvette. Okay, what's next? So we're going to figure out what size drill bit we want to use to drill these out. So now, can we see up inside there? My drillings were right on. I used a 7/16 drill, and I got them perfect. This one maybe. Nope, I think I can get all the rivets out. So that's a start. And then the next challenge will be putting the little nuts and bolts in to hold it back in. Alright, let's start drilling, and then we're going to unhook the wires from the back of the motor. Looking good. They're right on. Alright, we'll clean this mess up and continue. Alright, well, if it does, see if it does, it's going to fall on my hand and cause me to have a small injury. Okay, we're going to try to get this last one out. 3/16. I used 2 smaller bits that didn't work so well. Ended up with a 3/16 bit to try to drill these rivets out. I want the new motor here. Please.
Don't you want? Don't you? Oh, there's
Please,
here's some new rivets.
What? What'd they give us?
New things.
Ah, new screws. They're screws. I'm going to screw it back together. That's good. They're just the right size.
Don't you want to film this?
So you can buy these things on the internet. I guess you can buy them in some stores too, like AutoZone or somewhere like that. They all work good. Okay. And matter of fact, you know, a lot of trouble with these GM ones. So as far as paying high dollar to get another GM one, I don't know. Don't know about that. Okay. Ooh, look at that. That's a good sign. Very good sign, dear. Yes? All right. It's working both directions. Do I have this turned on?
Well, make sure it's up all the way when you... I don't know how you do it. I don't know. Does it have to be in a certain position?
No, I've just I've made sure that this unit works. So we notice. Uh-oh. Something just... our little makeshift setup here has come loose. But it's okay because we had these clamps and evidently they're helping. Okay. Alright, we've tested it. Now we have to get the screws and nuts back in. That'll be the next thing. A little challenging to get at, but it can be done. Because I have done this once before and I remember. So don't get discouraged at this point. Where's those little screws that they supplied us with? Brand new screws. You gave it to me. Yes. So instead of scrounging up screws like I did before, we're just going to use these little tiny ones here. Alright, so we got in there, we drilled the holes, we used 7/16, we drilled the holes, and then we ended up using a 3/16 to get those rivets out. They were a bit of a pain. So that's what it took after a couple smaller drill bits didn't work too well. Okay, I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going to use this old screwdriver from my toolbox I keep around, but it's a flat-bladed screwdriver, and this is a Phillips head screw. But I got this little holder and hold it in place, and maybe that'll help me guide it in to get this motor in place. So mainly what we have to do here is we have to get the motor up. I've already moved. Oh, I got to move this aside again. Get that out of there like that, and then let the gear slide into place. I found that once I get the gear in place, I need to kind of twist on it a little bit. Don't quite have it. Alright, I've moved this here. It's kind of in the way. It fits in a slot right here. I pushed it down and out of the way so I can get my motor up in here. The deal is I have to kind of eyeball. Being that I marked these holes, it makes it easier for me to see them inside here. And get them up there, try to line them up, and then get the gear to slide into place here. There, you can feel it slide into place. Oh, check this out. See how fast that is? Yeah, see? It's Speedy Gonzalez. Nice and solid. It goes right up and closes solid right here. Right there. That's good. No leaks here. I don't think I'll be adjusting this. By the way, when you want to adjust these windows quite often, that guy right there, see the marks? You can move this guy to make that window close tighter to stop leaks. So remember that little tip. Alright. Okay, so it's working. Next thing is I got to put a little dab of my silicone sealer on the backs of each of these nuts. I'll tighten them all down tight. That'll keep them from backing out of there. And then we can start putting the door panel back on. Okay, I'm glad I found my number 7 socket. Helpful in replacing these little screws and nuts. Alright. All three are snug down. Grab my silicone. And we'll put a dab in there. A little dab will do ya. Let's get on the back side of this one. Smear it. That way that nut will never come off of there. Even if it loses its torque, it'll stay up in there. Okay, my number 7 is coming in handy again for putting the speaker back in. Not too tight. Yeah, just about right. Not too tight. Don't want to strip the things because we don't want the thing to be loose and start vibrating and have a shitty sound to it. I suppose we should test to make sure the speaker works before I go any further. Okay. Good thing we tested this because in my haste, I did not hook the speaker back up properly. That would have been a bummer to discover that later. So remember that, tubers. Alright. Plastic thing, please. Alright, which way does it go? Not that way. This way. Alright. And then we have to feed a handle through it somewhere. There, maybe? Something like that. Yeah. Alright. Oh, this here is probably, where would this go through? It goes up through there. Now it looks well worn, doesn't it? I wonder if that would be it. It looks like it probably would be it. So to speak. The manner of speaking, of course. Alright, now this. What do we do?
I don't know.
Well, I think what we do is...
these big clips here hook into these spots.
Right.
So you probably want to hook the bottoms in.
Yeah. Now first though, what we want to do, now with the window up, let's try it. I want to get the window track into place. So we kind of push it into place on the top.
Well, you got to do the bottom first, Tim.
Nope. This has to be hooked. If you do the bottom first and don't get this, you got to start over.
Wait, it's not over.
Get it lined up to where your hole.
Good.
You got it lined up on your side?
I think we'll go there.
Let me try to get this in. Yeah, like that. Feel it click in. Now,
Like so.
watch your fingernails, dear.
But it's showing like it was farther this way. Oh, that's gone now.
Well, the clips will line it up for us. If they go in, it's right. And they look like...
Okay, but you can't, you got all your wires behind there.
Oh, let's not do that. Thank you. We have something cold to drink?
Sure, what do you want? Rum punch?
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing to signify that. All right, where are we at here? Let's get this put on. And all right, well, we took it nice and slow, and we went and searched for parts and components and pieces. It took us less than 3 hours. If you're in a real hurry and you're good at it, you can do it in 2, I'm sure, or even less. I'm sure somebody will. Leave a comment. Let me know how quick you did the job, how fast it was, and what problems you had, or tips or tactics, because that's what this is all about. I did a tranny in my driveway a while back. I was amazed at how many people, how many hits, and how many comments, how many people were happy. So all this is to help you get this job done by using everything that's available already on the internet. Just a little bit of video is all. Okay, while she's in there, I'm putting another piece of this red tape on here to make it tighter. She's in there making a cold drink. I just want this to be nicer, that's all. We had to do this because it was broke out, and we'll come up with something better. But we want this whole door panel to be tight so her brand new speakers don't rattle the thing. Okay.
Mission accomplished. Great job.